I'm no gardener really, but you know, I'm gonna have a go at, you know, cutting a rose stem, planting it in a potato and planting one just in the soil, and see if you know, just the kind of beginner gardener can really grow another rose from a rose that exists. So let's give it a go. Nothing to lose. So I've seen the videos about making your own rose out of cutting 9-inch pieces and that. So here's my tools. I'm going to use this as a flower pot because I don't have anything, a paint bucket. I'm going to do 3 different stems and try them in different ways. Here we go, and I'm going to stick them in a potato. It is spiky. I'm going to put one with a plastic bottle over top. 3 potatoes, a drill, scissors, a pointy item to punch the bottom of the pot for letting the water go through. There's my cutters, 3 potatoes, screwdriver, cinnamon for the stems, and a knife for paring the ends. Now I can put this on the top and this on the top, and the other one's going to have nothing on the top to see the difference in the way they grow. So let's get at it. Now here's the 3 pots, the holes in them, done. I've done a can just to see what happens. I drilled some holes in there, and here are my potatoes and my stems. So let's do the next part. Let's drill these potatoes quickly. Oops, the drill fell out. Come on out. There we go. That should do it. You can use other things like a knife if you want. Now my roses have been cut at an angle. So this is a 45 right here. Let's get this right. Can you see that? That's 45. About there. That's the 45. That's what you want to cut. So they say you're supposed to scrape the bottom of the rose an inch or 2. So we'll try that. I think this is supposed to let the roots grow. On the 45 side, right? And then I dip that in cinnamon. There you go. And we'll do this one as well. Cut off that stem in a minute. That's what I mean about scraping the ends. Now, there we go. I got a bit of cinnamon here. They say that helps the roots from getting moist in them, mildew or fungus. And we're just going to shove it in the potato. Bingo, that's 1. Two. Dip it in there. Don't tell the wife that I was using her cinnamon. 3. Right. So now I'm going to cut off this label so we don't have advertising problems on this bottle. If it wants to come off. There we go. And we're going to snip this bottle and leave the air come in the spout, so we're going to cut it halfway down about. Oh, that's not working too easy. We'll stick this in there. Don't get too fussy. That's going into the soil afterwards. I can stick that in the soil, one of these big ones like that. That's good. This is good. It might need a little hole on top for air. This one, so I'll drill it. Yeah, so of course you need some soil, some kind of soil. I had some lawn soil laying around, so I've just thrown that in here for the time being. I've also made 3 other stems One is sliced with the knife 4 times around the stem to see if it grows. I've got that marked. And then 2 others. I'm just going to put those straight into the garden. They have cinnamon on the end. Stop the mildew. Now we're going to plant our potatoes in these pots. Just drop them in here. Oh, that wasn't very good. And then push the soil around it. That's 1. And I've got them labeled number 1, number 2, and number 3. Now one of them needs the bottle to go over top. That's this small one here, so we'll do that one here. There's number 2. Needs a bit more soil. Oops, and I picked the big one, of course, to go in here. Which isn't the best idea. I might have to change that to pot as well. Yeah, because the potato wouldn't fit properly in here without giving it enough room, I put the sliced stem in here as number 4 so I can water it on the deck, and then I'll have 2 stems in the garden just to check if they grow. Now, I've got these plastic bottles which are supposed to go over the top of these. That's an interesting one. I think I'm going to leave that one open and put this over there like this. There, one. This is the short one. A little bit less light. Going to get in there. Can't go down too far because the stem's sticking out there. I might have to cut a hole in here. I might have to cut a hole for the stem to grow out of. This might be the best way. That's my wife asked me about my production. So there's the 4, and I'm going to put these 2 in the garden with a little bit of soil, and we'll test these out and see how these grow as well. So there we go, we're all ready. All we got to do is water now. And put these in the ground. I'm going to dig a hole a little bit bigger, put a bit of this soil in, mix it, and then shove them in and see if they grow. So we'll have like 6 roses all together, 4 in test pots and 2 in the ground. And you know, we'll come back to them later on and see how they're doing. Now I will take photographs of these so they're logged, so we can see what they're like afterwards. Yeah, so I just finished putting these 2 in. There we go, they're in the ground. They have cinnamon on their stems, and they're going to grow straight. We'll see how they turn out in the water. There we go. So here are the other 4. They're in pots. 1, and it's 17th of July marked. 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to water these. Take this off a minute and do this one differently. There we go. Let's see in a couple of weeks how they do. These are 2 I put in the garden, and I just watered them, and we'll see how they do. Do a close up on each one. This is number 1. Slip the bottle off, have a look. There's a little bit of a growth here. This is number 2. It's a little more fogged. The glass is a bit more fogged. There is no growth. just a straight stem. Number 3, no glass and 2 shoots on it. It's number 3. And number 4 is the one I sliced the stem, and it's a straight stem up. And we'll see what they're like in a couple of weeks. So it's the 26th of July, so that's 9 days later. And the bottle one here has a little stem here and has a little green up in here. So that's pretty good. So out of my 3, the one with the bottle has been the best, and look at that. It's a 2nd of August, and I got a lovely plant growing there. I'm very pleased with that. This one looks pretty dead still. I don't know whether that's something happening there, we'll see. This one doesn't look like anything's happening much. Number 3. And number 4, I put the plastic bottle over late. It doesn't have much happening either. It was very dry here though. So this is jar number, or pot number 2, and the stem is nice and wet, and you can see why they do this, put these over top. You can see the condensation on this here, and it does work, keeps the stem dry. And this is number 3, and as you can see the stem is very dry and there isn't much happening.